Hello everyone, it's me, Coco Jasmine here, or Coco here, and today I'm going to show you how to make your very own cat beanie, like this one, but it's whatever color you want. You don't have to do the colors that I'm doing, because the colors I'm doing is for my Thanksgiving beanie. But you can make your beanie whatever you want. You can have a winter beanie. I'm working on my winter beanie off this channel, because the yarn I'm using for that is a little bit harder to see than this, so that's why I didn't want to show you how to make it with that. But I have all the materials. I'll show you all what you need if you want to, follow along. If you don't, it's okay. You don't have to follow along. You can just watch and, watch me make my beanie, and then, yeah. But I'm still going to show you all the stuff that you need, and explain to you what you really don't want to get. And I suggest different things that you might want and stuff. So let's get started. Alright. Alright. So, what you'll need is, oh my gosh, don't look over there. What you'll need is a needle. I'm gonna move this over. Yes. What you'll need is a needle big enough to fit yarn. You'll need 2 pieces of yarn. This is the one I'm using for, I don't know which one I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do this one first. No, we're going to do this one last. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, and then we have the orange. Those are the 2 colors I'm using today. And then you need a tape measure. This one's a Cancer. Well, one of those ones that, support cancer. Oh my gosh, sorry. So yeah, so you need a tape measure that goes roughly all the way to 220 to 21 and on if you can. That's what I would get. And then you need scissors, of course. These are my big scissors. I have small scissors, but that's for my cross stitching. I need to put the needle over there. And then here comes down to the hooks. I would suggest you use a 5mm hook. That's what I'm using right here. This is a 4mm hook. You can tell the difference like this. Put them together. This is the 4mm, and this is the 5mm. Use the 5mm. It's better for a beanie. But if you're gonna make maybe like a creeper, or if you get like a kit, they'll probably give you a 4mm one, and that makes sense because those are better for making like little creatures. So 5mm one is your best bet. So I'm going to be using that. And you also need, for this one, because we're doing 2 colors, and if we were doing more, then yes, we would use these as well. But we would use stitch markers anyway, because you need to mark a certain spot, which I will show you soon. Not yet, but soon. Now, there are 2 different stitch markers. There's the one I got in my kit, like you remember if you watched my last video, or there's this one. And I know it's pretty, it looks super pretty and adorable, but this is very cheap. Not only was the price cheap, it was like $3 or something, but it's also cheap as you can use it 1 or 2 times, and then it breaks. So let's not have that happen. And these colors are also from my Thanksgiving, my fall beanie. If you remember, I used the orange and the fall colors for my fall beanie, but I also had white and gray, so that's the difference. So now I'm going to organize myself, and I will be back to begin our tutorial. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so what we want to do when you start doing your beanie, you have to start, anything you start with crocheting, you have to start with a slip knot. So what you do is you take the string, lay it out flat, and you take the end, you lay it across the other side, and then you fold it over here. And then with the middle part, you take it and then you do this, like that. But I like to make it smaller, so I'm just going to adjust it so that it's smaller. And you can have it as much as you want. I don't like, if we're doing next Friday, we're going to be doing the gloves. And with those, you're going to need a bigger tail. But for me, for the beanie, not so much. So my tail is going to be this small, not as large. And so then we put it on the hook. Like that. And then what you want to do is you go like this. You go around the pinky once, or twice actually, and then you go in front of those two fingers, and then behind the pointer finger. I know it's hard to see. Yeah, I'll make it a little bit better. So you go around the pinky, in front of there, and then around the pointer finger, and that's how you're supposed to do it. And you have to make sure that it's tight enough so that you can stretch it out and all that stuff. Now we're going to chain. Make sure the knot, if you're right-handed, is on the left side. Oh my gosh, sorry. If you're left-handed, it should be on the right side. So you're gonna chain. You're gonna go around, grab this, and you're gonna chain. That's one. Then we're gonna do it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, and then 9, and then 10. So I have 10 chains so far, 10 little V's on my little hook. So in order to get as many as you need to measure your head. So get your tape measure, go pull it out to at least 23, just in case, or longer, depending on your head size. Okay, now I already measured my head, but my head is, I have to focus. My head is 22 inches. Okay, your head might be 21 or 23 or bigger. It depends on your head. So you have to measure your head first, and then whatever the marker crosses over to is your head size. And then you have to go as long as you think you need in order to, get there. For example, me, it's usually 80. And then when this is 9, 11, 12, 2, 3, 20. So yeah, when I get to 80 little chains here, then I'm going to take the measuring tape and I'm going to measure it to make sure that it's going to go all the way to 22 inches. And then when it does, then I can connect it. So I will be back when I have 80 chains. And it's up to you. If you want to go to 80 and see if that fits, sure, go ahead. But if it doesn't fit, then you might have to retract down to a different number. But keep it even. That's what you want. You want an even thing. Except for if you're making a Halloween one where there's there's like a pumpkin face or something, you want it to make it uneven because it's not going to work otherwise. Anyways, I'll be back when I got 80 chains, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I have now 80 chains on my hook. And you need to double check, so we're going to count them. Super long. So we'll start off here. It would focus. I need a camera. I need a camera. Sorry, that was me. Alright. Because I'm using my phone right now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 50, 51, 52, 60, 61, 62, 71, 72, 73, 80. Perfect. Alright, so we have 80. and or whatever you have for whatever size you are. If you are 23, it will probably be like 86 or maybe 90. It depends on how big your head is. Or small. If it's smaller, then it's probably like 66, or it depends on you, really. But mine is 80, not 88, 80. So I'm going to now, you see all these bumps on the back? That's the back side. So what I want you to do now is I want you to smooth it all out so that the V's are in the front. And then I want you to grab the end like this, and then turn it, and then pull it together like this, so that the back is facing towards the hip and all that. And you see there's a knot, there's a little bump right here, and then there's two little holes. There's one right there and one on the other side. We're going to go through the one on the left. And when we do that, we're going to take our little yarn. So we go through, we're going to do a slip stitch. Slip stitch is where you go through, is where you go over with the yarn like this, and then you go through all the way and without, making another, like, without going through, like, taking and going through one and then doing it again. But this time you're just going to go through both. So it's like that. Now we are going to chain 2. This time you have to chain 2. It's non-negotiable. So you go 1 and you go 2. And this part right here below the 2 chains, if you can see it, this part, you do not, when we go all the way around, you do not go into that. Now I'm going to teach you how to do a double stitch, double crochet stitch. How you do that is, you get, with a single crochet stitch, you just go in to the little things down here, and then you yarn over and all that stuff. I'm going to teach you that when I do the gloves, but for this, we yarn over, we get the yarn on our hook already, we go back into the same hole that our hook was in last time, where the 2 chains are, and then we chain over. Now you have 3 little holes on your hook. Chain over again, pull through, you still have 3. Now this is where I got confused. What you're going to do is you're going to chain over again and pull through 2 only, like that, and then chain again and pull through 2, and then you only have 1 on your hook, and that is a double crochet. And you do that through the whole thing. Just keep going until you get back to that one spot, and we'll keep going to the back stitch. If you see, we go to the back stitch and not the other ones, because this is technically not fully made yet, because when we get back and we do the second color, which I will show you how to imprint that later, you have to go through all of them. But if we count, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 over here do not count. They are the chains we made, and this one is the connection between one end to the other, and we don't go through that one. So I'm going to continue doing this till I get back, and when I get back I will show you guys what it looks like. Okay, I'm back. So I have done all this. So now it looks like that, and now we have 3 more to do. 3 little crochets to do, and then I will show you what you do when you connect this to this. So I can't do that because it won't work like that. Okay, so now chain over, go through the loop, chain over again, go through 2, go through 2, like that, and then chain over like 4 times for these ones. For the single crochet, you just do it like 2 times. And the last one, go through, chain on, two, perfect. Now we're back to that little thing that connected these two ends together. And then if you count it from that part, you count, oh my gosh, 1, 2. You skip those two, and then you go into the one right next to those two. Focus, please. Goodness. You have like 1, 2 from this stitch, that from this like little mark that connected them. You count up 2. You go to the one that's right next to that. So you go in, and this will be another slip stitch. Where you go over. You go through the hole, and then you yarn over, pull through, and then you go, and then, hold on, I messed up. You go through, and then you pull over, and then you go over there, pull through that one as well, and then you make sure it all is tight, and that's your first row. For this beanie, we're doing 18 rows. What you can do is you can make 9 and then count them. It's easier to count these ones when it's like 2 different colors, but with the ones that are like just solid colors, I would use 17 of these stitch markers. I don't think they sell them that many. That's why I had the other ones, because they sell like, I think it's 24 in each pack, and that's why it's a good deal. But they all snap, so that's also a part of it. So after you have this, if you're continuing with this color, then you would do, like we did with the first one, we would do 2 chains like that, and then you would, instead of just continuing on, you would mark the spot where they connected with your stitch marker, if you were, continuing with this color. But I'm not doing that, so, and then you would keep going with a double crochet all the way around again, like you did with this one. But now, we're going back to this, put my hook back in there. Now I'm going to show you how you connect 2 colors together. So I have my orange, and I'm going to wrap it around my hook, like this. And then you're going to pull, if I can show you, you're going to pull the orange into the hole. And when you do that, you have to make sure that you tightened it, and then you tighten both ends so that it's on there. And then you do two chains like you were going to do. Make sure you mark not the first hole that you made, but the second one down here. Go all the way through, put it in place, so that when you come back, you know not to go into that mark, that little hole. And then make sure that this tail is right there so you can lock it in place. Then we're going to go back into the hole where those stitch markers were, where the chains were, and then you do the double crochet like you were doing. But before you go, you have to pull the tail just so it, blends in together. And then you continue until the tail is completely gone. But you're going through 2 instead of 1 this time. Like we were doing with this one, the bottom, we were only going through the back. But now we are going through both of these. So let me show you how that works. We chain once, like this, and then we go through both, like that. Go underneath the V. Then you pull, and then you make sure that the tail's on top of your hook so you can trap it. And then you just do the double crochet like you just did. And then when we get back, I'll show you 3 crochet, like 3 little crochet stitches that I didn't do, and then I'll show you how to get back like I did before, and then I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. So, I have 2 rows now. I have 3 more little V's I need to go through. And then I will show you what you do with your crochet, your stitch marker. Jeez, I cannot speak today. That was there. We have one more. You can see that. One more, and then I will show you what you do. Just for these where you multicolored it, like you put 2 colors together, or 3 or 4, depending on what you do. Which with the stitch marker there, you know that that is where you don't go in. That there's like 2 colors now instead of, so there's going to be 3 you have to count. This one, you do not do anything in there. From here, hold on, sorry, okay. So from here, when this is in, okay, you don't do that one, you don't do this one. There's the orange, and there's the other orange. Those are the 2 you don't want to go into, and this one is just part of that one. So, you go into this one. All the way through. Get the yarn. And this is a slip stitch. Go through all of that. Make sure it's all connected, so it looks like that. Now that you have it connected, you can take out your stitch marker and save it for later. So, that's basically what you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing double crochets all the way around, and you keep adding things. And what you do for this one, because you're doing 2 different colors, if you have one color, then it doesn't matter. You just keep going until you get to 18, and then I will show you what you do then. But for this, you keep both colors connected. You do not disconnect the yarn when you get to the new color. You continue to keep the yarn connected. So it's like this. You have 2 wires coming out. We have the orange here and the fall here. You keep them connected so that when you go to the next row, you don't have to reconnect it. All you have to do is you take the next color that you're going to do. Unless you're like adding more than 2 colors, then yes, you'd still have to add it. But you can continue to keep them, connected to your beanie until you know that you're not using that again. But yeah, you take this, and you put it into the hole, if I can, and then you make sure it's tight enough, so it's like that, and then you do 2 chains like you do before. Make sure it's tight enough, and then you put the stitch marker into this. Hold on, if you can. With these ones, they stick really well to the bottom, so you might have to do it like this. Yeah. And then make sure it's locked in so it doesn't come out. And then you continue doing your double crochet all the way around. And what I'm thinking of doing is, because I'll have to see. If I think that I can, get through the whole beanie today, then we'll see. Because I have to do it through the morning only, because if I don't, then I won't have time to do the rest. So yeah. But yes, once you get the hang of it, you can just keep going until you get to 18, and then I'll show you how you sew it up. So yes. So yes, after I do all this, I'm gonna pause the video. You want me to get to 9, which is half. And then when I get to 9, before I play the video again, I'm going to check the time, and if it's like close to 9 or not, we'll see. If it's like close to 9, and I need to upload the video anyway, then I might tell you guys that I'm just going to stop, and we're going to do part 2 later today or tomorrow, we'll see. Or we'll see what time it is, because if it's not time yet, then I'll come back, show you where the half mark is, and then I'll pause it again, and then continue on until I get all the way to 18, and then I'll show you how to sew it up. We'll see what happens today, and if I do sew it up today, we'll see. Then I will show you how it looks when you wear it. But anyways, I'll be back when I get to the half mark, and I'll see what time it is, and I'll tell you if we're continuing on from this or if we're stopping it, and then it'll be part 2. We'll see. I'll be back. Hello, I'm back. So I have finished all of them except for the 3 in the middle like what we did before. But I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Sorry, miscounted. There's 9. And I'm going to do the last 3, and then I will tell you what we're going to be doing next. Because it is 9, well, it's past 9, and it's the morning, and this is when I usually go downstairs and have breakfast on this Friday, which I don't have any classes. We're going to connect it. There's the stitch marker right there. You can see that. And then 1, 2, and then this one. You can see that one. Like that, yeah. Anyways, do our slip stitch. And hopefully you got to that point. Maybe. We'll see. So yes, I have gotten all 9. So we're at the half point. And what I was going to do, we are at the half point now. And so what I would do if I were you is set your stitch markers not back into your beanie. I would stretch out the thing, put your stitch marker into it so it does not unravel any of your stitches, and then pull it all the way to that. And then I would fold it in half so it, stays put. There you go. Because what I'm going to do is this is going to be part 1, and the next time I come back, it will be part 2. Hello. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this part. I will say, you can use a 4mm crochet hook if you want. I'm going to show you, if you want to use this, well, not this one specifically, but like a 4mm crochet hook, you can. I'm going to show you in the next video, or 2, how I did mine. Well, I'm not going to show you how I did it, but I'm going to show you the difference between that 5mm one and a 4mm one hook beanie, and the gloves when I get to do that. But for now, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I am going to try to work on some homework from college. Yay. Also, the nail that was on the thumb fell off finally, so now I have one on here, so that's interesting. Anyways, I will see you for part 2. Hope you all have a good day, and hope you can hear me better with my phone, and hopefully it won't break my storage. I'm running out of storage on both my computer and my phone, so that's fun. Anyways, I'll see you then. I'm Coco here, excuse me. I hope you all have a good day. Bye.